Namaskar. Welcome to you all to this map pointing classes. So I'm Mr. Ganesh. Welcome you. So let's begin the class. So first of all, in map pointing, what is most important is first we need to know that how. You can see here the globe. So globe is a model of the earth, whereas a map is the representation of the world on a flat surface. So let's begin with the basic. So this is, you can see the globe, and it is divided into two equal halves by the biggest latitude, that is the equator. So equator divides the earth into two equal halves. Each one, this is a hemisphere called northern hemisphere, and this is the southern hemisphere. So now the point is, the lines which are horizontal parallel to each other, they are actually circles drawn on the globe. Imaginary lines are referred as the latitudes, and the longest latitude is equator. So equator divides the earth into two equal halves. Then we call it the upper half, that is northern hemisphere. The southern half is southern hemisphere. Okay, now let's move to the next one. And if we divide vertically the earth into two equal halves, so here we have the 0-degree longitude, that is what we call it as the prime meridian. So this prime meridian also divides our earth into two equal halves, but since this is vertical division, towards our right we have the eastern half, that is eastern hemisphere, and towards our left is the left part, that is the western hemisphere. So in this way, now what is the need or the use? Certainly when we will go through the map, then it will help you. Now the next important thing which I want to share with you is the basic or the fundamentals. That is the most important latitudes on the earth surface. These are imaginary lines, as I said right from beginning. So here in the red color you could see the equator, which is 0-degree latitude is equator, whereas 23.5 degree north, the line which is shown in green color, is Tropic of Cancer, whereas 23.5 degrees south, again shown in green color towards southern hemisphere, is Tropic of Capricorn. Whereas 66.5 degree north is called as Arctic Circle, and 66.5 degree south is named as Antarctic Circle. So here one point you need to remember, that Arctic, and here the word added is ant, means antonym of, opposite of Arctic. Antarctic, opposite to Arctic is Antarctic. So Arctic Circle is in the northern hemisphere, 66.5 degree north, whereas 66.5 degree south latitude we have the Antarctic Circle. Now coming to the northernmost, the latitude which has become almost a point or a dot, and that is called as the North Pole. 90 degree north is North Pole, whereas 90 degree south is called as the South Pole. These latitudes are going to be very helpful when we will start giving a lecture on the world map. Okay, so here the basics. So now we will go through this world map. Okay, so here you could see the world map. Now the point is what to learn. So first of all, let me make it clear that whenever I am facing towards the world map, towards up is north, towards down it is south, towards my right that is east, and towards my left that is west. So you have to be always sure of this. Now let's begin. That here we see that 0 degree latitude. This is 0 degree latitude, which we call it as the equator. So I am writing here, it is equator. So you can see the equator is dividing the world into two equal halves latitudinally. So the up above the equator, this half is northern hemisphere as earlier we discussed, and below the equator this is the southern hemisphere. Now the next important point is that here you can see the 0 degree. This is 0 degree marked, and this is how the line passes and finally connects with this is 0 degree. So this line, if we draw vertically, that is called as the prime meridian or the 0 degree longitude. Okay, right. Now the next important point is, now coming to the total world, the world is divided into 7 continents. Okay, yes, it is 7 continents. Now they are this one, the North America, this is South America, this is the Eurasia part, because 2 continents, they are not splitted or divided, so that is a huge landmass. So towards the eastern side part is Asia, whereas the western side it is Europe. Now this one is Africa, whereas this is Australia or Oceania. And almost uninhabited continent is the massive Antarctica. Okay, this is, here you could see, this is the Antarctica. Now let's start. So when we see this continent, first the point is, what is a continent? A continent is a huge landmass comprising of several countries and separated from each other by the oceans. So oceans divide or separate the continents. So these are the 7 continents which I said. Now let us see how we can classify them in different ways. Now let us take above the equator. Now the continent North America is completely in the northern hemisphere. If we take only northern and southern, then let us see the continent which is completely in the northern hemisphere is in North America. At the same time we have Europe also completely in the northern hemisphere. Okay, so 2 continents, North America and Europe, both are above the equator, so they are in northern hemisphere. So here I am talking about if we divide the earth into northern and southern hemisphere, then now the continent which is completely in the southern hemisphere, they are Australia and also Antarctica. So Antarctica is also completely in the southern hemisphere, and Australia is also in the southern hemisphere. Now let us see what about the other continents. So other continents, Asia lies both in the northern hemisphere and the southern hemisphere also, because here you can see Indonesia and other countries. The same way you can see that Africa is also above the equator and below the equator also. So it is in northern hemisphere and the southern hemisphere also. Now the same way South America also is in the northern hemisphere and the southern hemisphere. Now let us go in the other way. The other way is, if we divide longitudinally, if we divide the earth into two equal halves, then we find that is complete Asia and parts of Europe, parts of Africa and Australia, and a big portion of Antarctica, they will come in the eastern hemisphere. Now coming to the western hemisphere, North America, South America, few parts of Europe and few parts of Africa and a small portion of Antarctica will be in the western hemisphere. So now the point is, we have studied the continents which are in northern hemisphere, then which are in southern hemisphere, which are in eastern hemisphere, or which are in western hemisphere. And here only one continent you will find, the Africa, which is in northern also, southern also, eastern also, western also. So only one continent, Africa, you will find, that which is spread in all the four hemispheres. Okay, right. Now let us go through another important aspect. Now here, as I said, that 0 degree is equator, so the 23.5 degree north of equator, this is called as Tropic of Cancer. Tropic of Cancer. Whereas the 23.5 degrees south, this is called as Tropic of Capricorn. Tropic of Capricorn. Right. So here you can see that 0 degree latitude equator, 23.5 degree north is Tropic of Cancer, and 23.5 degrees south, that is Tropic of Capricorn. Now we can discuss about the same continents in different ways. Now let us see, if we go by the earlier versions, northern hemisphere and southern hemisphere, if you go by, that in northern hemisphere you will find much land part is above the equator. You see, this is totally land, this total land mass is above the equator. Whereas coming to southern hemisphere, the land portion is smaller, whereas water body is huge. This thing also is a good observation. In the same way, when we will go by the eastern and eastern side little bit more land mass, whereas western side little bit less. Okay, right. Now here our point is we have to learn about the continents both by area and population wise. Now let us learn about the area wise. If you will go by area, so the number one slot is held by Asia. So Asia holds the number one position by area. Number two is the Africa. So here we have the Africa. This Africa continent by area is the second largest. Now the third one is the America, that is northern part of America, North America simply, and the fourth position is by South America. So this South America is in the fourth position. Fifth position is held by this Antarctica. Antarctica holds the fifth position. Antarctica is in the fifth position, whereas sixth position is held by the Europe. So Europe holds the sixth position, and the seventh one is of course Australia or Oceania. Okay, Australia or Oceania. Now the question is how to remember them easily, that this ranks 1 to 7 positions, how we can remember. Now let us see that first we need to write. I am writing here. Let us take right. We can write here. So the first one is Asia. Okay, so first one is Asia. Then we write AFRICA, Africa. You see, Africa is ending with ICA. After Africa, you write America, AMERICA. Again, you see ICA is ending. Now then I will disclose that how to remember. Then after America, so first comes is N, after that S. So that's why first position is means among the America, North America first, and then followed by South America. Okay, right. The next one is 4 countries we have completed. Now the fifth one is Antarctica. You see, Antarctica again ends with ICA, Antarctica. Okay, so you see Africa, America, Antarctica, all are ending with ICA. And what we said about North America first or South America first, because N comes first. So North America, next is South America. Right. The next one is the Europe. EUROP, Europe. And finally is Australia. Okay. Please remember, first is Asia we have written. After that, you see Africa, ICA. Among the ICA ones, Africa, America, Antarctica. But in this, how comes Africa first? Because after A, F is the first letter which comes. Next comes M. Next comes N. Okay? So in this way, we can adjust after Asia all the countries which end with ICA. Whereas the clarification is for North America, N comes first, then S. So that's why after Asia, which is the largest, Africa, America, Antarctica. Then comes the Europe, and finally the Australia. So here one point is all the countries we cannot remember with a trick, but one thing is certainly important, that even U, after N again, Australia also after A, U comes after M. Only exception here is Europe. So Europe is the only exception where you have to write it in the sixth position. You have to write in the sixth position. Only Europe is exception. Remaining all, they sync with a particular pattern. Because after Asia, all ending with ICA. Okay? Then after Antarctica, AU should come. But between Antarctica and Australia, only this is Europe without any link. We have to put it here in the Europe. So in this way, by area we have found. Now let us see by the population. If you go by population, so here we have one interesting part. Right? Okay, so now let us see here by population. If you go by population, so the first one is Asia. So again you write Asia, which is 4-lettered word. Then you need to write by number of letters. By number of letters, we have two countries, AFRICA. Asia we have 4. In Africa we have 6. Even in Europe also we have the 6. But why I have given preference to Africa? Because A first, then comes E. So Africa and Europe. Then you need to write America. AMERICA. How many letters? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But again we have another America. So now, sir, which country is first? Again the same rule. N comes first, so North America first, then comes South America. Both North and South contain the equal number of alphabets. After that you need to go for Australia. Now let us see AUSTRALIA. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So Australia 9 letters. Whereas finally Antarctica. So for Antarctica, two different logics you can use. Antarctica. How many letters we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So all together they are 10. So you understood the logic, that how ranks based on population we have given by the number of letters or alphabets. But in North America and South America, we shouldn't take in the very beginning North and South. That is only for understanding. So Asia, Africa, Europe, America, Australia and Antarctica. So in this way what happens is everywhere we cannot use the tricks and techniques, but wherever necessary we will apply the same to make the map pointing still more attractive. So here what we have learnt is first the total globe, division of the globe into northern and southern hemisphere, eastern and western hemisphere. Then we have learnt the continents, total number of continents. Then we have tried to divide them on the basis of area and on the basis of population. And here when it comes to area, I said first you write Asia, then all the countries ending with ICA, ICA, ICA. Okay, right. Then Australia, after Antarctica you will write Australia. But the Europe is the only one which will you have to insert here between Antarctica and Australia, that because of area. Okay, so everywhere the tricks may not work, but at the same time I said Arctic and just opposite is Antarctic. Ant means opposite. Okay, right. So now here you see these are the ways how we have to learn about the continents. So next here classification we said how many continents are purely in northern, how many are purely in southern, and how many are purely in eastern, how many are purely in western, and how many continents they are located in all the four. As we said, Africa is a unique example. In the same way we will now learn another important section, and that section is to remember more number of countries, and for better understanding we need to learn that this particular 0-degree equator passes through how many countries. That's a very important question. The same way Tropic of Cancer passes through how many countries. In the same way Tropic of Capricorn also passes through how many countries is one important question. But before that, let me make it clear. After these points, now there are some questions which we need to understand. Clear? We will go step by step. There are some countries which are purely in one continent. There are also some countries which are located in more than one continent. That points also we will discuss in the coming classes. But now the point is, even in civil services they asked one question like Greenland. This big piece of island which you see is Greenland, and the question was, one is politically, another is geographically. Okay, if you take Greenland, the island, geographically it is like a part of the Northern America, geographically a part of North America, but politically a part of Denmark. Okay, so this type of things are also there. So what it appears always may not be correct. Now let us learn about that each equator passes through what are the countries. Now let us learn. When it comes to equator, you see there is a country in South America called as Ecuador. Okay, so here we have in South America a country called as Ecuador. So Ecuador is exactly what equator means. So there is one country which is named after equator. So that is in South America, the country is Ecuador. So now this particular equator, okay, the 0° latitude passes through some countries. They are, now I will show with the help of a pointer so that it will be easily understandable. So here we have the equator, and then next is it passes through the Colombia, then it passes through the Brazil, the very big country or the largest country in South America. Then it moves on, then it reaches to what we say Gabon in Africa. After Gabon, it enters through Congo. Here this is Congo, then Democratic Republic of Congo, then we have Uganda, and then Kenya. The spelling is Kenya, Kenya, but we have to pronounce it as Kenya. So the only country which has not changed its spelling or name, rather it had changed its pronunciation. That's a beautiful question, and that is Kenya. So after passing through Kenya, it passes through the Somalia. This is Somalia. Okay, so through Somalia it passes, and then this equator after Africa, it finally enters through the Indonesia part. Indonesia. So the only country in Asia through which equator passes is Indonesia. And here interesting thing is that is Ecuador is the country through which equator passes. And in the Asian side, only in Indonesia the equator passes through. These things we need to remember. So in other words, still those who want to make a good study, then we need to do the exercise that in South America altogether 3 countries, okay, Ecuador, Colombia, Brazil. Now coming to Africa, Gabon, Congo, Democratic Republic of Congo, Uganda, Kenya and Somalia. So altogether 5-6 countries, okay, they passed. Then finally Indonesia, which is in Asia only 1 country. This is exercise. So this exercise has to be done by the students. So then only we can improve in map pointing. It is not simply seeing and copying. Please remember. Now next, clear step by step if we have to learn map pointing. So the next one is a Tropic of Cancer. Now here we have 23.5° north, which is called as Tropic of Cancer. Remember, in whenever we write, so there is always a question asked by many children, and that is, remember, 1 degree equals to 60 minutes and 1 minute equals to 60 seconds. Okay, so now you have understood that this is the symbol of degree, then minutes, then this is seconds. So that is how you need to read henceforth. Now the next important point is the Tropic of Cancer passes through. Now in North America it is Mexico, then through Bahamas, okay, islands, then it enters through the Western Sahara region, Western Sahara. After that Mauritania, after Mauritania Mali, okay, after Mali it is Algeria, we have Libya, we have Egypt, okay, these are all African countries. And then it enters through, this is Saudi Arabia, then UAE, and then comes Oman. After Oman, through the sea it enters into India. After India, it moves into the Bangladesh. Okay. After Bangladesh, it is Myanmar and then China. And then finally through Taiwan. Okay. So these are the countries through which Tropic of Cancer, you have studied that how Tropic of Cancer is the latitude which divides India almost into two equal halves. But what are the other countries? So other continents include North American part, then Africa part, then Asia part. Okay. So no important latitude passes through more than 3 continents. Okay. Right. Now we have seen equator passing through South America, Africa and Asia. Whereas Tropic of Cancer, North America and Africa, then Asia. Now let us learn about the Tropic of Capricorn. 23.5 degrees south is called as the Tropic of Capricorn. It passes through this elongated country is called as Chile, even though we write as Chile, but we should pronounce it as Chile. Then we have the Argentina, and this is Paraguay, then enters through Brazil. Then after South America, it enters through African countries. And the African countries are Namibia, we have Botswana, then we have South Africa, after South Africa Mozambique, and after Mozambique Madagascar, and then enters into Australia. So here also how many continents? South America, then Africa, then Australia. So equator passes through South America, Africa, Asia. Tropic of Cancer passes through North America, Africa and Asia. And Tropic of Capricorn passes through again like equator South America, Africa, but here instead of Asia it is Australia. Okay. So now 3 continents. Now let us see here, these are the prominent ones we have discussed. Now we need to learn. So we have to learn about the prominent oceans or the water bodies. Almost 3/4 of the earth is underwater. So now let us see what are the important oceans. So we have Pacific Ocean, North America, South America. Then we have Atlantic Ocean. Then we have Europe and Africa. Then we have here Asia. Next we have here Indian Ocean. Okay, right. Now let me start. Pacific Ocean, Atlantic Ocean, Indian Ocean. Next we have towards the north side we have Arctic Ocean, and towards the south we have the Antarctica or Southern Ocean. If you take it as a Southern Ocean, now we can remember like P for Pacific, A for Arctic, I for Indian, S for Southern, and A for Arctic. Okay. So again I am repeating. So 1A for Atlantic, 1A for Arctic. Antarctica is also called as the Southern Ocean. Antarctica Ocean or Southern Ocean. So Pacific, Atlantic, Indian, Southern, and finally Arctic. Okay, PISA. We can write and we can remember the oceans. Right. And interestingly, that is the only ocean named after a country, and I need not say, I think you have understood. It is Indian Ocean, the only ocean named after a country. That is interesting. At the same time, we have two more countries which are in connection to India, they were named. One is West Indies, what we say today Caribbean islands. So they were, when they were explored, it was found later that it is not India, rather this is towards the western side of India. That's why that islands were named as West Indies. Later on, when we found the islands of Indonesia, so they were named as the East Indies, okay, because they were located towards the east side of India. So that's why East Indies, okay. So this is quite an interesting part. The next one, what is next? We will discuss in the coming classes. Until then, have a nice day. Thank you.